this season? Dak Prescott and Trevor Lawrence.
No, no. Look,
Care
like the Jags are talking to T Law about a $50 million a year contract. Way too much for him. Dak's wanting 60, way too much for him. Listen, I'm gonna be the first guy to say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I hope people understand. There is only one QB in this entire league I would pay $60 million a year to, and neither one of them are named Dak Prescott or Trevor Lawrence. No,
yeah.
not at all. I wouldn't. There's a lot of QBs who are top of the line. I would not pay that much money to. There's only one, and it's because he's the
Right.
best QB in the entire league, Patty Mahomes. And I don't even like the guy, but yeah, that's the only guy that I can honestly say
Yeah.
deserves $60 million a year. Um, T Law has a negative record when it comes to his record as a QB. He's 20-30. Let's not forget
Hmm.
that. You're gonna pay a guy who is negative record 50 million a year. Why? I just don't get it. He's got. I mean, I wrote down all the stats on it, and like he's got a 63.8% completion. He's got 11,770 yards. He averages 6.7 yards per game, or on
Hmm.
6.7 yards per attempt, 235.4 yards per game. He's got 58 touchdowns, the 39 interceptions.
Hmm.
That's not a. I mean, it's not a great ratio. So like
Yeah.
now, when you look at Dak, I can see a little bit more of an argument for Dak. Dak's 73-41.
Hmm.
He's got a 67% completion percentage. He has 29,000 passing yards. He averages 7.6 yards per attempt. Um, he averages 258 yards a game, 262 passing touchdowns to 74 interceptions. Like, look, like there's a big difference there, and you want to pay these guys that close. Like, if you want to pay Dak that 50 million a year, I completely agree. With his record and the talent they got, I know they got to pay some players, but I don't think it's a great idea. But I wanted to run this by you. I got two other QBs. I'm not going to give you their names. I'm just going to compare the stats to Trevor Lawrence. I want you to tell me if these guys deserve what ballpark they're looking at in
Hmm.
payment.
Okay.
Uh, so Trevor Lawrence has played 50 games. This guy's played 42. His record is 18-24. So he's played less games. He's almost got the same record.
Yeah.
66. Got a better completion rating, 66.1. He's played less games. He has less yards. He's got about 9,000 yards. He averages 6.8 yards per attempt. 212 yards per game. 46 touchdowns to 36 interceptions. What do you think?
Hmm.
Where would you pay this guy? Comparatively, they're trying to pay T Law 50 million.
Okay. So compared to T Law, in my opinion, this guy would probably deserve around the ballpark of like, man, that's tough. I would say 30,
Like,
30 million,
yeah,
probably. I mean, it depends on the situation at hand too, because I mean, if the team is pushing for a playoff spot and if they're competitive, I mean, you could extend them for even more possibly. But who is this person?
this guy's Trevor Lawrence's backup, Mac Jones.
Oh,
Look how
wow.
similar his stats are.
Yeah.
And I got another guy. This guy's played 49 games, one less game than T Law. He's
Hmm.
15-22 to Trevor Lawrence's 20-30. Uh, his completion percentage is 62.6. He has about 10,000 yards. He averages 7 yards per attempt. He throws for 202 yards per game, and his touchdowns are 59-24.
59 and 20. Okay, so that's quite a bit better. So this guy, I would probably bump it up to about 38 to 40 roughly.
Okay. Okay. How like stat wise with T Law, he's right there, real close on par. That's Gardner
Yeah.
Minshew.
Yeah, I know you've been. Wow, that's crazy.
I'm
I
just
know you
saying.
have made the comparison.
I just don't
I,
buy into the hype for T Law and pay
yeah.
him 50 million.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
Like
I'm in agreement with you. I mean, Trevor Lawrence has yet to prove anything to us, really. Besides that one playoff game where they knocked off the Chargers, I
yeah,
believe it was 2 years ago. So other than that, he hasn't really shown us much in his career being a former number one overall pick with high expectations. I like Trevor. I really do. Coming out of college, I thought he was going to be a great quarterback. he's been mediocre at best in my eyes. So he's got a big prove it season this upcoming year to see where the trajectory of his career is going to be looking at.
Yeah, no, and like I just don't know. Like there are, this is the thing. I see so many good QBs from college. There's so many good college quarterbacks that just don't amount in the pros, and that's fine. You can be a legacy of a college pro. It doesn't always have to transfer over super well. So I was I was just gonna throw that out there. It's just he was great in college, absolutely a stud in
Really?
college. But I'm just not buying. I just have not seen anything that impresses me throughout this. That he's the like the prince. He was. A lot of people were talking and saying he would be the next Peyton Manning esque,
Yeah.
and I just never saw it. And like he just doesn't impress me.
We'll have to wait and see what he does this year. Hopefully that O line will be able to hold him up, and maybe he won't get hurt as much like he did last year. Um, but Jaguars, I'm not sure how I feel about y'all's upcoming season. We'll have to wait and see what you guys do.